Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raisa Naushin, and for today's video, I'm here with a completely honest review of Focallure cosmetics. I know for the past year or so there have been a lot of controversies about this brand, but today I'm here to spill some tea. So few days ago, me and my assistant / my best friend, we went on a little mission to find out more about this brand, and let me tell you guys what we found out. So my first confusion was whether if it is made in China or USA. I guess on their official website we asked on their customer service about where it is actually made, and they answered that it is made in USA and China as well, and most probably the products that come in Bangladesh is mostly from China. Now let's talk about their website, which is real sketchy. The thing is, we found a couple of websites and the price and the products and everything was like very confusing, and there was no details, mostly no details about where it was made or I don't know, and the reviews weren't that good as well, because I saw a lot of reviews that their products weren't coming in time, and there was a lot of people who paid their money but their product didn't really arrive. And another thing that was really sketchy to me was the prices. The prices in the websites are like 2 to 3 times higher than the prices that they sell in Bangladesh. So the only thing that I'm going to tell you guys is buy the products at your own risk. But still, I'm here with the review. I'm here with my honest review, 100% honest review. This video is not sponsored. I bought all of the products with my own money. So here's the tea, guys. I really don't know how I feel about this brand. But yes, they have really good products at such an affordable price range, and it is widely available in Bangladesh. And by the way guys, this makeup look is done with all Focallure makeup. I would say 97% Focallure makeup. So yeah, if you wanna know how to get this makeup look right here with all Focallure products, then please keep on watching. I have already done my brows off camera, and for that I have used the Focallure eyebrow pencil in the shade 02. And I guess you guys have already seen me use this product a million times before on my channel. This is one of my most favorite eyebrow pencils of all time. Now I'm going to carve out my brows with the Focallure Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the shade 04 Medium Honey. This concealer is like pretty thick, but it has a weird kind of slip to it, so it's like thick but not so thick at the same time. I feel like this concealer is a little too light for my skin tone, but we'll make this work. I'm probably going to mix in a little bit of my foundation while using this on under my eyes, because otherwise this is going to be way too light for my skin tone. This concealer sits kind of weird on my skin, and it is definitely emphasizing my dry patches. I couldn't really find any color corrector from Focallure Cosmetics, so the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my orange corrector with this concealer to color correct my skin. And yes, before color correcting, I'm going to prime my face, and for that I'm going to use this Focallure Perfect Face Matte Primer. And this is supposed to be a matte primer, and as I already said, I have very dry skin, so I have no idea how this is going to act on my face. So let's see. I'm not taking a lot because I don't want any dry patches to show off, so that's why I'm applying it only on the centers of my face where I have some pores. I don't know if it helped to minimize my pores or not, but it's working pretty well. My skin feels nice and smooth. Now we are going to color correct. So basically I'm mixing a little bit of the concealer and the color corrector, and I'm applying it under my eyes, sides of my mouth, and a little bit around my cupid's bow. Now I will move on to the foundation, and the foundation that I got is in the shade 6 Honey, and I had a lot of trouble while selecting the shade for this foundation. They didn't have my exact shade, and none of them didn't really match my exact undertone, because I have a very stark olive undertone on my skin. This is going to be a little bit too light. Oh shit, this is way too light for my skin tone. This is going to be a little light for my skin tone, but as we are going full face using only Focallure Cosmetics, we are going to do this for the sake of this video. As you guys can see, some of my acne spots are still peeking through the foundation, but the finish is pretty good, I would say. This is not even medium coverage, this is like light to medium coverage. So I guess this is how good it's gonna get, and I don't think it's going to get any better than this. I'm not dissing this product, but this is not my kind of foundation. And I'm pretty sure this foundation will give a pretty bad flashback, because in person this doesn't look that whitish, I would say, but on camera with all these lights around me, it looks kind of pale and weird and flashbacky. Yeah, if that makes sense. So now let's move on to the concealer. To be honest, I'm the most nervous about this concealer because this doesn't match my undertone at all, and I don't like the consistency. I guess they have another liquid concealer. I have heard good things about that one, so I think it's my mistake that I completely forgot to buy one of those. So let's see. I'm applying it under my eyes, applying it on my nose bridge, on my forehead and chin. And pretty good coverage, I would say. Let's move on to the powders. First, I'm going to set my highlighted areas with some loose powder, and for that I'm going to use the Focallure loose powder in the shade 03. Probably they have like 3 shades available in Bangladesh, number 3, number 2 and number 1. For my skin, I'm going to take the darkest shade, and guess what? This is not dark enough for my skin tone, but still we'll kind of try to make it work. So I'm taking the shade 03. The thing about these powders is, as you guys can see, it looks pretty dark on the pan, but once you apply it, it looks white. See that? It looks white. Let's see how it looks under my eyes. I'm going to bake under my eyes. For the rest of my face, I'm going with the Focolare pressed powder in the shade 03. And again, this is the darkest shade I could find on the store, and this is not even close to my skin tone. Right now my face is like very matte, and all of my textures are emphasized, like all my dry patches and acne spots. You might like this foundation if you have like very smooth skin and you have very oily skin, so I think that would be a good choice, but for me, this is not for me. Now I'm going to move on to the eye makeup, but before that I'm applying some extra loose powder under my eyes so that it can catch all the fallouts from the eyeshadows. So now I'm going to move on to my most exciting part, that is the eyeshadows. To be honest, Focolare eyeshadows is like one of my most favorite eyeshadows from the drugstore. I have been using them for a long time and I love those. Even though the face products weren't my favorite, but the eyeshadows are pretty amazing for the price point. This palette is like very well loved and abused. This is the one I have been using for the last year, and this is the one that I got recently, and I'm really interested to try this out. But before that, let's swatch some of these shades from this palette. So first I'm going to go with this shade from the Twilight Palette, and this is like a dark mauvey pink shade, and I'm going to apply this all over my crease. And to blend out the edges, I'm going to use this Focallure blending brush, and to blend out the edges, I'm going to use this blush, single blush from Focallure, and this is in the shade B06. See how easy this was to blend? That's the thing I love about these shadows, because these shadows are very pigmented but still very easy to blend. I'm using this white shade from the ever-changing eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use this for the brow bone highlight. Now with this Focallure stick eyeshadow, I'm going to use this, but let me swatch it first. I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow base. This feels a little bit oily honestly, but let's see how it acts as my eyeshadow base. And with my fingers, I'm going to blend out the edges. I don't know how I feel about this stick eyeshadow, but because to be honest, this feels pretty oily and I feel like this is going to crease real fast. As I'm going to do a halo smoky eye with the ever-changing eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take this grey shade and I'm going to apply this on my inner and outer corners of my eyes. For the eyelid shade, I'm pretty confused which shade I should go with. But this product, this is the Focallure Loose Pigments. This is like also one of my favorites. Let me show you guys why this is one of my favorites. See how blinding and reflective that is? This is what I'm talking about. But the only drawback about these pigments are you have to use your fingers while applying this, otherwise it doesn't really work well with any mixing mediums or brushes. I think I'm going to go with the shade Galaxy on my eyelids because I'm feeling a little extravagant today. See how pretty that looks? And for the price point, nothing can beat this. This is probably the part that I was most excited about. And the product that I'm going to use is this liquid eyeshadow. This is like so effing good. You have no idea. No matter what, you need to try this out. And they had a pretty good variety of shades with these shadows. So definitely try this out. And once this shadow sets, this is not going to move anywhere. Yes. I'm like mostly done with my eye look, so now I'm going to dust off the excess powder from my under eyes, and for that I'm going to use this brush from the Focolare brush set. Now I'm going with the Focolare Mascara. I have already used this and I didn't really like it, but for the sake of this video I'm going to use this anyways. This is like, this mascara is like basically does nothing for my lashes. Okay, now I think I will go on with the lower lashes. First I'm applying that dark mauve shade. I'm going to go back in with this stick eyeshadow on my lower lash line. And on top I'm going to apply this dark grey eyeshadow. And yes, I cheated a little bit by applying some pink eyeliner on my waterline from a different brand, but I think this pop of pink on the lower lash line really helped to make this entire look come together really nicely. I don't think Focolare Cosmetics has their eyelashes, so I'm going to apply some mink lashes for now. Off camera, I added some mascara on my false lashes, and no, this is not the Focolare mascara because this ain't gonna make my lashes look good. So I used a different one. This is the Balm Matte Lash Mascara. Now for my inner corners, I'm going back to that same liquid eyeshadow. This is in the shade Diamond and I'm going to apply it on the inner part and a little bit on my lower lash line. Now I will go back to the face makeup. Let's bronze up my face because I need that really badly right now. So for that I'm going to use this highlight and contour kit from Focallure, and this is in the shade 1. I'm going to use this contour shade. I hate this shade, just to let you guys know. This is like a weird kind of a yellow shade which has a very weird sheen to it. So I can't really use this as my under eye powder or even my highlighter. So I don't know how to use this powder. If any of you guys know, then please let me know in the comment section, but I have no idea how to use this one. But the contour shade is actually pretty good. Now I'm going to apply some blush. For that, I think I'm going to go in with this single blush, and this is in the shade B06. And sadly, they didn't really have a proper blush brush. That's why I'm going to use the same blush that I used to bronze up my face. Acha, let's try another one. This is the Focallure blush and highlighting palette, and let's try this color and let's see if this shows a little better on my skin. Now it's time for highlighting. For that I'm going to take that same palette and I'm going to mix these two shades, and I have used this highlighter before and I really like it. And to apply that on my face, I'm going to use this brush, this highlighting brush from the same Focallure brush set. This is probably one of my most favorite brush from the entire collection of their brushes. So my highlighting is done. My face looks pretty good right now, to be honest, but it is very matte, and as you guys already know, I prefer more of like a dewy base for my skin. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set my face with the MAC Prep and Prime setting spray, I guess, so that my face doesn't feel as matte as it is feeling right now. And guess what? I completely forgot to use one thing. This is the Focallure Glow Illuminator. This is a liquid highlighter basically. This is something I don't really like to use on my face, but I love this for the body. Now it's time for lips. I would say Focallure has different types of lip products, liquid ones, bullet ones. They also have their traditional lipsticks. So I think I prefer the liquid lipsticks more rather than the other lipsticks they have. So first let me show you guys a nude lipstick. This is in the shade 4 French Beige, and this is how sticky it is. That is what I was talking about. But the good thing is this lasts really long. So if you're looking for a long wearing affordable lipstick, I think you can try the Focallure liquid lipsticks. Okay, I also want to show you guys the red one. Probably this shade is my most favorite shade from the entire collection. So this is how it looks like after it dries. And weirdly enough, this red color is less sticky than the other shades. And I almost forgot to show you guys their bullet lipsticks, and I bought only one shade. This is in the shade 21 and the shade name is French Blue. This is a beautiful blue shade. I have a weird obsession for blue lipsticks, so when I saw this color, I was like, yep, I need this in my life. And this is like very pigmented. So this is how the shade French Blue looks like on my lips. Now finally I'm going with the shade Zo2 Burgundy. And on top I'm going with the shade Rose Taupe. And I think I want a little bit more of this liquid eyeshadow on my lower lash line. And that's it guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and for the most part I liked most of their products from Focallure, but I don't know how I feel about their foundation, concealer and powder yet. It's like so-so, but their eyeshadows, eye products, liquid eyeshadows, oh my god, you need to have those in your life. And those loose pigments. And I also love their face products, the other face products like contouring, bronzing and highlighting products. So yeah, I think if you want to splurge on Focolare Cosmetics, go ahead, do it at your own risk. But yeah, I will say this, that their websites are a little sketchy. So yeah, I think that's all for today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!